Here's something I see all the time with new agents. They don't know their contracts. And I don't mean that they haven't read them. I mean, they don't understand them enough to be able to explain them to a client. They rely on their broker for answers to questions that come up. This is a huge credibility killer. Imagine a client asks you, "What does this mean in the contract?" And you say, "Let me check with my broker." What is that client thinking? They're thinking, "My agent doesn't know what they're doing." A professional agent knows their contracts inside and out. They understand why contingencies are there, why they matter, where they're placed in the contract, and they know the importance of deadlines. They know what happens next if something comes up during an inspection. If you don't know what Section 4.8A subsection 3 is in your contract, that is what the public is expecting you to know. I'm not saying memorize the contract. You don't even need to be a lawyer, but you need to be able to understand it enough to be able to explain it to a regular person. When I finally decided to really learn my contracts, everything changed. Clients had more confidence, I was able to build trust faster, and close deals quicker. I also had fewer problems because I could catch issues early. Now, here's what a professional agent does when it comes to contracts. 1, they actually read the contract with the client. 2, they explain each section. 3, they ask questions and answer questions. And 4, they make sure that the client knows exactly what they're signing. They don't just say, "Sign here." They educate. And when something goes wrong, and something always goes wrong, they know how to handle it because they understand the contract. I'm telling you, contract knowledge is one of the fastest ways to build credibility with clients and separate yourself from other agents. With the rise of technology and being able to send off a contract and have it signed by a client within seconds, it is very difficult now for some agents to be able to explain certain sections or all of the contract. So I'm going to ask you, be honest, do you know how to explain each section of your contract? If you don't, that's your homework for the week. Comment below about which part of the contract confuses you the most. And Section 4.8A subsection 3 in my contract refers to the buyer failing to provide the deposit and what happens to the contract. So it's a real thing. Don't be confused by the smoke and mirrors that are out there. Know your contracts. The general public expects you to know your contract.